if I bring this down, because it's on manual focus, if I bring this down, call me up over here and tap my face. There you go. Should be focused on me. Once again, for anyone joining late, my name is Anthony Barocas of AIBA Communications, and I am actually doing a live switch multicast, and I'm trying to assess both Facebook, where apparently I have, well, it says my video has ended, which is weird. I hope my video has not ended. And on YouTube, there is no one here. Hello. Just me and myself on YouTube. And it says it ended for me. Still going. Thank you. DJ Fred D. I hope I'm saying that right. That is very, very weird. I mean, the top of the thing says is live now, but then the video itself says this live video has ended. Go figure. So this is part of the wonkiness that just does not make any sense. And just to recap for 4G LTE. No, I'm actually wired. I'm only wireless from, well, I'm wireless between 3 different devices. And then it goes over to my Restream hub, which is right here. So I have noticed some drop frames. So I figured, I mean, this is the new Eero Pro. This is the 2nd generation, which can actually be battery powered. I found out how to do that. And they're much more compact than the Google Wi-Fi. And it was my plan that these, I could bring a whole boatload of these in half the space as the Google Wi-Fi, but it does not seem that they are performing as well, which is weird because these are actually tri-band, whereas the Google Wi-Fi is 2-band, dual band. And yeah, very weird. I don't know, maybe there's, and they update themselves, so it's not like I don't have the latest update, the latest firmware. And as you can see, the distance is not that great. It's right there. So we are wireless between 2 devices, the iPad, and I also have the Windows laptop on Wi-Fi as well. And that's pretty much it. We're all, I think we're on this one. It's a mesh network, so there's actually 2 of those. And the other one's on the other side of the building. And so technically, if mesh is working like it's supposed to, all these devices should be talking to this access point, not the other one. But hello from Las Vegas. Hello, Amanda. As I said, I have to test some more. So I have 3 of them. I have 3 Google Wi-Fi pucks, and if I need to, I'll go back to the Google Wi-Fi pucks because I tested 7 devices on the Google Wi-Fi puck wirelessly to the iPad, and I had 0 problems. So that was proof in the pudding for me. And let's see, going to jump back over to YouTube. If anybody wants to give chatting a test for me, if you jump over to YouTube, I don't have a YouTube indicator on here. If you jump over to YouTube, oh yeah, I should do some of those social things. That would be kind of cool. I'm not going to go look down there and type that in now. YouTube, and you type in AIBACom without the dot. My channel will show up, and the video should be live. Should appear there because it was unlisted. I made it the opposite of unlisted, public, and now everybody should see it. I see it with a different account. I've commented on it twice. If somebody wants to throw a comment on there, I could just see how that's working. That'd be great. Thank you. The comment comes. You're still live on Facebook. Thank you. Video is lagging a bit. Video quality is dropping a bit at times too. Can you record and broadcast live at the same time? In Switcher Studio, absolutely. And actually, Facebook will automatically archive it YouTube, you can choose, yes, YouTube will automatically archive it. So technically you've got archiving in all your social media automatically. And then in the device itself, you can turn on recording and at the same time. And then there's also, if you're using Switcher Studio, there's a thing called director mode. So I could tell my cameras to record in 4K, which I'm not going to do right now. Well, also because you can't change what you're doing while you're doing it. But yes, you can absolutely record and stream at the same time. In fact, it says, if I've got enough lead on here, I will show you. Focus, focus. It's ignoring me. Focus manually. There you go. Let's go over here. You can see I've got live and record going right there. I've been going for 43 minutes, but half of that was like a test. And that is what we're doing here. Now that, which I just ran, is this cool case that I've got. And this case has a lens turret. So I can switch between normal and, you're not gonna rotate for me, there we go. Now, which one is it? I think that's the fisheye, which is just so silly. All right, so you know what? I'm just going to turn around this way. I did this in the test video. That is it the fisheye? Yeah. So technically, it should be really fisheye. Let's go to this. Boom. So that. Oh, if I zoom out too, that would help. Wrong. There we go. So that's the fisheye. And let's go back to the normal lens. This is the lens from the, and you know what, I'm going to iris down just so that I'm not totally overblown. Iris down, because we can do that. And we are going to turn on autofocus. Autofocus, thank you. So this is the built-in lens. White balance is wrong because I was white balancing for the other light, so ignore the colors. That's, you know, there we go. It's a pain to see something and know that you can fix it and try not to fix it. I can't do that, I'm sorry. So anyway, this is the built-in lens. And I can switch to the fisheye. Wow. And then I can switch to the wide. This is the wide lens, which is actually pretty decent, I think. Signs coming in pretty clear all the way to the edge of the screen. This side looks like a little softer. I don't understand why one side would be softer than the other. And then, whoa, 2x on the turret. So I have both a wide angle and a 2x, and of course, the normal lens in my hand, built into the iPhone case, so it's always attached. And that I thought was really cool. And this is the, sorry. I had brought up the other window. So this is the little case, and as I was switching, this is all I was doing was just click, click, and click. And that way, I have them all available to me. And I thought that was a very cool thing. I think it was only 26 bucks on eBay. And in the video I posted into the group, that is, I'm still only 2 comments in YouTube, and just very weird. All right, so I got 2 of those because I have 2 iPhone 7s, and it says it's available for iPhone 7 and 8, which is kind of weird to only be limited to those phones because they haven't been around forever. And I just happen to have 2 7s, and so I got 2 cases. but there's been several phones since then, and I am surprised that they aren't available. Nice case. Can I get one at Amazon? No. But if you go to Switcher Studio enthusiasts, I have a link, or you go to my Ebacom channel where I reposted the video. You can go to the description, and I posted a link to the video or to the case in the description. So they're $23 shipped from China. And for me, it took 3 weeks. So, James Cooper, I know you. I know you. Can you record at the same time? Lagging a bit. Billy quad dropping. You're still live on Facebook. Hello from Las Vegas. Video still up. Interesting. I thought I saw newer comments. Like somebody asked about the case, and now I don't see that comment. That is really weird. Comments. All right, well, no, it's not ended. Why does it keep saying that? Anyway, so that is very weird. I'm having, I don't know, bandwidth issues or something, and it keeps saying it's ended, and then it's not ended, and then it's ended, and then it's not ended. So, and I have 6 viewers, maybe. Okay, I'm seeing the video here. And hi from Phoenix. Hi, Roberto. Once again, my name is Anthony Bro. Oh, it's still up. Sorry about that. And I am here live in the AIBA Communications, the new studio. And today is I'm testing like 7 things at once. Okay, maybe not 7, but I'm testing a bunch of things at once. I am testing new cameras. I am testing multi-camera live production here in the studio, which we're just rebuilding in a new part of the house. Big lights, monitor so I can see things. And then I'm also testing sending my live output to Restream. So I'm signed up on Restream. Paid member. I'm not, this is not sponsored by Restream. It would be nice if they wanted to, but no, this is not paid. I'm paid for Restream, and I'm sending it to Restream, and then from Restream, I am sending it to YouTube and to Facebook. And my first attempt at that failed miserably because you could see it nowhere. And then I tested again. So with a second stream, which this is actually part of that, and with the second stream, I just looped a video and spent 10 minutes on the computer trying to figure out where things were. And it turns out that the video that is sent to YouTube gets sent as unlisted. And maybe that's a default. I can change. I haven't used an intermediary before. I've usually just send to the service that I'm trying to get to. And when I send to, hey, hi, Tam, I can never say that name, but I see it so often. Hi from Darwin, Australia. Lunchtime now. Dude, awesome. Have a soda for me. Oh, wait. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I'm from Phoenix, and James Cooper is in Dallas. I know that. Well, he might be in Dallas. I know he's based in Dallas, but so that was a surprise to me that it defaulted to unlisted. And within Restream, there isn't a setting to change whether it's unlisted or public. And I would think there ought to be in Restream because you're building the stream within Restream. And Restream automatically populated the comment that went to YouTube with published using Restream, which was a nice little ad for them, which I was not thinking was actually going to be there. So now I know I actually have to go to YouTube and take that out if I am doing something especially for a client. And then I'm also sending to Facebook and could not find it on Facebook anywhere until I went and initiated a stream on Facebook and then told it not to use the webcam, use a connection, and then all of a sudden it finds that there's video coming in, and then it populates with the video that I'm sending. I'm like, I thought the whole point of using Restream was that I could push it to Restream and Restream would do the rest of the work. But that appears not to be the case. It appears that I still need New Zealand. Oh my goodness, Australia and New Zealand. Well, I guess it's lunchtime for both of you. Or is that 2 different time zones? Because Australia is pretty big. I would think maybe there's 2 or 3 time zones in Australia. Excuse my ignorance. I apologize. So just throw me an answer. You can laugh at me and then throw me an answer. If anybody has any questions about the setup that I'm using right now, throw them at me. That would be great. I welcome questions and I thrive on them. Anyway, what I was actually doing was I was doing a video review of this mounting hardware, which you can't see unless I held up the other camera. Dun, dun, dun. I can do that. I can totally do that. There. And I was doing a review of this little bit of kit that mounts to a pole or whatever you want it to, and it does not rotate because every mounting point is geared. So this thing is rock solid, aside from like mounting here to the 1/4-20 in the device. But all of this, you know, is not going to move at all, ever, unless you undo it. So that is what I was initially doing, and then I got to wondering why I wasn't getting any feedback. Scotland, wow. Kinoko, stick. Kinoko, I hope I'm saying that right. 4 p.m. in New Zealand. Okay, so wait, if it's Darwin, Australia, it's lunchtime, and it's 4 p.m. in New Zealand, that's a big difference of time. Either that or Darwin, Australia is way on the west coast, and then you got a couple time zones, and then New Zealand's way over there. So, wow. It's like as big as the US. Anyway, so Facebook would not automatically create an event, even though I told Restream to. It was not a scheduled event. It was a live, you know, like a, just do it live. And Facebook didn't do that. It waited for some sort of initiation within Facebook, which is just a problem when you're trying to use an intermediary to automate some of this. I would hope to not have to have a laptop or several laptops or several tablets to manage all the different things that I'm going to. I want them to be automated. I want to be able to hit a button and know that my streaming app is sending it to the distribution app, which is automatically initiating everything. You know, if I want to send it to Twitch and YouTube and another YouTube and a Facebook and LinkedIn and a Vimeo and whatever, you know, there's a dozen things, just 24 things listed in Restream. So if I wanted to send it to 24 things, I want it to just happen. I don't want to have to manually go to each of those things and then execute it. So if I'm using Restream wrong and somebody out there has used Restream, give me a comment, let me know. Like I says, I am actually testing this in both YouTube and Facebook. I see I have more viewers on Facebook. Denton, Texas. Well, dude, you're right around the corner. I'm at Frisco. Switcher Studio to Restream? Yes. Yes. And I am... That's interesting. A new window just opened. Okay, don't know. Oh, I see. It pulled one of my windows out manually. Don't know why. And the request is I have a bunch of people viewing in Facebook, and you're all commenting, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback. Interestingly enough, it says my video is interrupted, and it's not giving me a viewer count anymore. The stream monitor from Restream says that every so often it breaks. So I don't understand what's going on. I'm going to take a picture of that, and I will actually do this again maybe tomorrow. Really weird. I'm actually going to show this to you. Oh, you know what? I just use this other camera. See if anyone else has seen this type of data on Restream. So this is what Restream is showing me. It's showing me that I'm streaming and then boom, and then I'm streaming and then boom, and then I'm streaming and then I'm boom. So that is not what I want to see. Now, that could be the router that I'm using, because like I says, I have not utilized the Aereo routers. I'm testing those as well, and I'm getting drop frames in the camera sometimes that I can see locally, as well as this effect. So tomorrow's test will be swapping Aereo for Google Wi-Fi and see if that goes away. Back to Facebook. So the request is if somebody in Facebook can go to YouTube and make a comment, or even just compare when's the light review coming. Couple time zones not close, 5,000 kilometers apart with a sea between us. Wow. Okay. When's the light review coming? It is in progress. The video is shot. Actually, multiple videos have been shot, and the text is halfway done. So likely by the end of this week, I'll be sending it to Streaming Media, and then, you know, depending upon the editorial calendar or what he's got going on, could be next week, could be the week after. But this big light is the Soonwell FB42. It is at 11% right now, and it is bright. I have the diffuser, I have the box on, and the diffuser in front of it, so it's even softer than it would be if I didn't have it on, and I only have it at 11%. It's an insanely bright light, which is great for outdoors, and that was part of the review. I used it outdoors. And staying solid on Facebook, no interruptions. Thank goodness. So I don't understand what Restream is showing me. Now that I have comments on Facebook, if you give me a moment, I'm using a Windows machine, and I'm going to jump to the Restream. Come on, go up, you. And right. So Restream has a service where it will bring all the different chat in together, and it's not doing that. It's only bringing me the chat in from YouTube. Oh, that was a question. If anybody could run over to YouTube, you look up IEBA.com, IEBA, no hyphen com, and then you look for the live stream and throw a comment in there. I can check to see if it shows up in the Restream comment management tool, which is supposed to pull all of the comments from all the different destinations, pull them all back in and line them all up, which would be awesome, because then I wouldn't have to jump between multiple web pages to do it. But right now it's only showing me YouTube, and that is kind of a downer. And then, oops, no, I did not want to do that. Thank you, Windows, for being helpful. Stop it. I'm just going to hide this for now. There we go. So that is what I'm doing right now. Like I says, I am using, my name is Anthony Barocas from IEBA Communications. I am using Switcher Studio right now, and I am pushing from Switcher Studio 2 wireless cameras, wireless iPad. It is going out to Restream. Restream is taking it in 720p 30, and Restream is then sending it to Facebook and YouTube. And it turned out, to my surprise, that I had to manually do things on both Facebook and YouTube in order to make it actually work, which I did not think was the process. Maybe it's a learning curve. I will learn these things, and hopefully they will not be so cumbersome in the future. While I do that, I am reloading the video on Facebook to see if it will show me current view count, which I'm going to guess it's 2. And see if the staying solid on Facebook. The prices are too high, in my opinion. Prices for Caviar, Nunez. I'm going to say Caviar. You let me know if I'm wrong. It doesn't tell me my account, which is interesting. I got 6 thumbs ups, but it won't tell me how many people are actually watching it. The prices for the lights or the prices for Restream? That is the question I have for Javier, because I don't know to which you are referring. Let me go back to posts. And unfortunately, because I am using Restream, I cannot load comments in the app itself. So it says you have created a Facebook event. I haven't. This was just a spur of the moment, go live type of thing. And custom RTMP. I'm not going to mess with that right now because I'm actually using this app to stream. And let me go back to camera settings, which is the only thing I really need to control on there. I am 9. It says I have 9. That's pretty good. 37 comments, 14 shares. 14? Really? I don't think that's true. Yeah, you load that. You tell me where it's been shared to. Oh my goodness. Pavel, un video que explica. I did not touch there. Show translation. I like the Facebook translation capability. Oop. A video explaining how to stream 2 platforms at the same time. Okay, it's not actually a video explaining how, it's a video explaining what didn't work. Okay, Pavel, okay, he actually did share it to a bunch of different places. So 14 shares is actually correct. Da, da, da. Close. Anyway, I am a regular Switcher Studio user. Some might say a power user, but there's even stuff that I don't know. Restream. Oh, Restream. The Restream prices are high in my opinion. And yes, they can be. The Caster used to be free and then Caster became paid because obviously all this computer processing power and internet connection, it costs money. I actually lucked out. I saw that AppSumo or somebody was offering a Restream package, and I signed up with that. So I am still using a very basic, very basic version of it, and to do like 2 YouTubes or 2 different Facebooks without using Facebook's cross-posting, I would need to upgrade from what I have. So there's that. And okay, still nobody else has commented on YouTube. And I believe I have actually touched the power on the laptop I was using, so I think it's closing everything down. I am going to try to open the browser again. I'm going to use the cursor and see if it opens those tabs. Because if it opens those tabs again, that would be great. It did. Yay. And once again, the Restream monitor is showing me just the past couple minutes. I have used this iPad and Switcher Studio with a Google Wi-Fi hub, and I have done 7 cameras wirelessly to the iPad, and then from the iPad wireless back to the Google Wi-Fi hub, and had 0 issues with one Google Wi-Fi. Now, admittedly, that was in a location like this, you know, one closed location. But if you've got like your little home production studio, done. That was really cool. And that was something that I was hoping to recreate with the Aereo Wi-Fi access point, but I don't know, results are mixed so far. I have not really pushed it. I only have 2 wireless cameras and the iPad and the laptop. But I would like to have seen better performance. But again, like I was saying, I have 2 Aereo going on at this location. One of them is right next to me. One of them is the other end of the building. And I just hope that the mesh network works like it's supposed to. And the wireless devices are told to use the one that's right here and not the one that's on the other side of the building. And when I mean right here, I literally mean it's right here. So that camera to this Aero and that camera to, you can't get much closer unless I literally lay it on top. And so I would think that there should not be any lag time, there should not be any drop frames getting from here to the Aereo. And my upload bandwidth as tested from within Switcher Studio was 23 megabits per second up. My current data rate, according to Restream, is 2 megabits up, 2.055. And I would think if I'm using 2 out of 23, I should not have a drop frame. I should have a nice, clean, solid video with 0 issues. Now, there was a comment earlier that the stream looks good. Thank you for that. 720p, but it's good, probably good light, helps the cameras look good. That was weird. I raised my hand and the whole image seemed to like jump a little bit. John, I'm also in Denton. We should get together. Okay, all of you people here in the DFW area, listen. I run a group called Frisco Area Creatives. This Friday is First Friday in Frisco. We have a breakfast meeting, networking breakfast. If you're not already working, if you're not booked on something, if you don't have a 9-to-5 job, we are meeting this Friday. First Friday of every month. We have our networking meeting. Go to Facebook, Frisco Area Creatives. That's it. So then Jim and John and me can all get together, as well as a couple other people who already said they're going to be there. Frisco Area Creatives. Go check it out. Did anyone jump over to YouTube and make a comment there? I'm going to guess nope. There it is. Let me reload this. Reload. So, I'm probably going to wind this down pretty soon unless anybody has any other questions, technical or otherwise, technical, business or otherwise, because this is really just a test to see the restreaming process, what hurdles I might have. And truth is, there were hurdles. And all of these tests are like anybody who's read my posts in the Switcher Studio group. I always say, test it again, test it when you don't need it. Just test the heck out of it. And no one has commented on the testing Restream stream at AIBACOM on YouTube. Anyway, I will hide that window. Or does it hide the whole app? Nope, just that window. Good. Next month though. Oh, Jim, come on. Do you use Speedify? I do not use Speedify. I am not using it right now. I have the basic account, which gives you like 5 gig or something like that. And 5 gig in terms of a show, an hour-long show is 1 gig. So you could easily fit an hour-long show in there. But I don't have cellular on any of my production iPads because most of the work that I do is recording, corporate recording. And because of that, I'm not going to pay $40 a month for unlimited data in my iPad that I don't need for my current clientele. If I had a bunch of sports and I was using it multiple times a week to do live streams from wherever, then yeah, I'd have data in the iPad because I would need it. Right now, the most live streaming that I do is here in the studio where I have Wi-Fi, and that's my only connection, Wi-Fi. I mean, technically I could hook up Ethernet and Wi-Fi, but it's actually the same upload bandwidth. I don't have a second completely different bandwidth to leverage. So I don't use Speedify on a regular basis. It's there, it's loaded, I have an account, and that's it. I'm out of town this month. John, I'm also in Denton. Okay, so John, if John was still here, he would have heard that thing and replied 7 live. I'm going to check the stats after the stream is done to see how many people watched for longer than 2 minutes. And I appreciate all of you people being there and commenting and asking questions. I appreciate that because that is part of the process to ensure like the stream bandwidth. My YouTube stream now. Oh, that's the YouTube stream that I was looking at. So incoming is good. Okay, that's a good thing. Here, I'll show you this. Anybody who hasn't used Restream, I'm going to walk you through Restream a little bit. So, and switch cameras. So here you go. This is Restream right now. And this is my bit rate, my video bit rate, my audio bit rate, I guess is the difference in blue. Oh, there's my audio bit rate way down there. Okay, don't touch the screen when you've got a touch screen Windows. So there's my audio bit rate right down there. And there's my video bit rate. And then there's my total bit rates, which is obviously this plus this equals that. Very simple. There's my frames per second. I'm not going to bother to click on that because I'm doing 30. Frame drops 0%, H.264, AAC, 44.1, 720. So that's doing pretty good. And then custom RTMP, I click on that, and it's should just tell me the 2 places it's going. Yeah, don't really understand that. And this is my YouTube stream now. So this is the YouTube, I guess, output. That's pretty good. What's my buffer size? That's not a very big buffer. And so it says I'm online right now. It says my incoming. That's actually, I guess, the most critical thing right there. To know that the stream from here 16, 36, 56, 10, 16. Okay, so I had a dip here. I had a couple dips, but by and large, my stream has been very solid coming out of the house. Okay, I feel better about that. And then over here is the comment, the chat thing, which I have running in a separate app. I'm going to call that app up right now. Restream offers an app that is supposed to pull comments from multiple sources. And over here, here's the Facebook comments. Do you use Speedify? Next month. So that is everybody who has commented. There's me. It says 7, but if I click on it, it'll just tell me that I'm not the thing ended, which doesn't make any sense. You know what? I'll click on it anyway. Ooh, look at that. Normally I thought it would like jump into a new window. So we're going to pause that. Nice. Do you use Speedify? No, I don't. Back to Restream. Oh, you know what? I was waiting for that app to launch. Yeah, got that little hourglass down there. Thinking, it's thinking about it, it's thinking about it. It's really thinking. Maybe it's done thinking about it. Gotta love computers. Oh, no, it's thinking about it again. And I didn't even touch it. So here comes, here comes, here comes. It has redrawn the screen down to here, and that's still the previous window. Wow. Okay, I should say it's probably, I'm on a battery here, it's not plugged in, so it's probably not the best way to use this to try and manage as many windows as I am. Hurrah, chat is waiting for new messages. You know why? 4 viewers? Really? So this thing is supposed to be showing me, well, it's taking forever, so I'm just going to let it go. Apologize for the boringness of this. This is just sort of like a long-winded stream test thing. And I think the laptop is getting to the point where it is probably starting to run low on battery, and it's going to start to try and conserve battery power. And to conserve battery power, it slows down the processor. And slowing down the processor means it takes forever to do anything. Go away. Caviar, you're welcome, Caviar. You didn't tell me how to say your name. Caviar. Maybe that is, ooh. That was interesting. I swiped a web page and it went away. I'm going to give this one a close because it's already 10:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time in Texas. And I am going to bid you all adieu until tomorrow, at which point I will be doing another test, and hopefully that one will work better because I will have ironed out some of the details, delved a little bit more into Restream to see if I can get it to more concisely actually execute a live event and make it happen all the way through, as opposed to me having, Facebook has a great picture if it's only 2K. Well, 2K for 720p is a good amount of data. Did I see your bitrate correct? About 2K? Yes, 2K. So it is 2K. That's a good healthy bitrate for a 720p live stream. Because remember, it's not 720p 60, it's 720p 30. And so you're doing the smallest HD, you're only doing 30 frames a second. So therefore, you're really making the most of all those bits. Whereas if you were doing 1080, well, that's 30% larger, and 3 megabits, 4 megabits really might be a good healthy bitrate for 1080. That's my opinion. It depends on the content, like especially this content, where probably 75% of the image doesn't change. You got my moving hand, you got my moving head, you got some reflections here and there. But by and large, most of the image doesn't change, so that's able to be compressed really, really well. Therefore, a lot of the actual data can go to detail in the parts that move. And if I go to my cameras, camera, reverse. Okay, I don't know why if I reverse the camera in the iPad, the other camera blinks. That was weird. I am going to switch angles. This is the iPad. Probably not the best look. And there's no autofocus on this. It's a fixed focus because it's the iPad camera, the selfie camera. And this is the iPhone 7 rear camera. Manual focus, manual ISO, manual shutter, manual white. And then I have the handheld, which is probably overexposed. It is. Wrong way. There we go. So that is the iPhone 7. Tap on me. In my hand. So I've got two iPhone 7s, as I said, both wireless. And on these cameras, I have lenses. And this lens, this is the not lens. This is the camera by itself. And then, wow, that is a fisheye. And you're actually getting reflections from the light up there. In the, right behind my hand, there you go. So that's the fisheye. And then we have the wide. There we go, it just takes a second to focus. And then this, zoom, a 2x. Focus. Not too bad. It's, you can see on my hand, it's a little soft on the very right. It's actually better on the right hand side than it is the other side. And then of course the built-in lens, which once it focuses is going to be sharp all the way across. Because you're paying for a good lens, and you paid a good price for a good lens in the phone, but this thing that I'm using here with all these lenses, this case, is $23. And I did a video on this. It's available on Facebook in the iEbocom page, and it's available on YouTube, iEbocom. And in the description, I put a link to the case itself for $23. Just takes a couple weeks to get here, but not bad. I'm actually kind of pleased, especially for the price. Let me look back down here. And like I says, it's getting late, 10:30. I'm going to wind down just as soon as I make sure that I'm not missing any more questions. Again, like I says, it is going very slow because I am wireless. Yeah, thank you. And not just wireless, I'm battery operated right now, so I think the laptop is nearing the end of its, yeah, and I lost everything right there. So I have cbok.com. I have to go back into Facebook just to make sure. But again, I appreciate all of you for being here and commenting. And I look forward to, hey, maybe somebody will be around tomorrow, and you'll see tomorrow's stream. Like I said, tomorrow's test is going to be using the Google Wi-Fi, and maybe I'll add another camera, just for kicks. But primarily, tomorrow will be to retest Restream to see if there's a way to have more of it automated so that I can initiate a stream from my app, and it goes through Restream, and it goes to Facebook, and goes out, and it goes through Restream, and it goes through YouTube, and it goes out, and I don't have to manually sit on both of those social networks and manually turn them on. That would be good. With the new iPhone 11 Pro, what's your opinion? Haven't touched it. iPhone 11 Pro has 3 cameras, and the apps can only see the main camera. And the ETA on a multi-camera version, there is none. So at this point, I don't have a value to getting a device with more than one camera, because none of the apps that use iPhones can leverage any of the other cameras. So that's why I have a case with multiple lenses. Have you tried the new iPod Touch? No, because I don't know why, but I've sort of really centralized on phones. Probably because, yes, I know why. The new iPod Touch is an HD camera. There is no 4K capability in the specification page for the camera. These devices, why are you saying low battery? You're plugged in. Close. These devices, iPhone 7 has the A10 chip and a 4K capable camera. So I can use this device and record 4K at the same time I am streaming 720p. That's awesome. Also, because it has a 4K, not a 4K, well, it is a 4K sensor. Because it has a 4K sensor, and this also applies to the iPhone 6 and SE, because they have 4K sensors, you can actually zoom in 2x on the sensor and still deliver an HD image, because you've got more resolution on the sensor. So you're just cropping down, but you still get more than HD. You're cropping down, you still get more than HD. So I would not buy a device that is HD like the iPhone 5, like the iPod Touch. I would not buy those because I need a device that can zoom, like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. So this is a 2x digital zoom on the iPhone 7 right there. It's 2x. But we did not drop in quality because we're merely cropping down on the sensor. Now, if you go past 2x, and I apologize for hurting your eyes. If you go, no, that's focus. Don't do that. If you go past that, then you get into, like, you look right over here. You look right there. You see all the pixelation and everything moving around and everything. That's because now we've taken that 720p image and we've stretched it out. That's not what you want to do. That's a 5x. You want to stick to a 2x or less, and then that way you're leveraging the extra resolution that a 4K camera offers to an HD stream. It kind of convoluted, which is why I'm talking very slowly to walk through that. And then also you can take this back out to 1.1. 1.1 sounds good. So this is technically still a digital crop on the sensor. And that's why I heard they upgraded the camera to 8 megapixels with 1080p. 8 megapixels with 1080p. Maybe it is 8 megapixels, but I'm just saying the device does not say in the specifications anywhere that it offers 4K video. So whether it only offers HD video, but it still can crop in on the sensor and give you a good quality, that's a big unknown. I know it works with 4K capable phones. So that is why I stick with these. And I got the two iPhone 7s because they have the A10 chip, and that would let me record in 4K for my corporate gigs while seeing a 720p program. And then afterwards I can build the whole thing in the iPad in 4K later. I have a whole arsenal of SEs and a 6, which is over there, and they are all 4K cameras but cannot record in 4K. You need the A10 chip, which starts with the 7. So the 7, 8, 9, whatever, they all can do the 4K HD dual, whereas the 6S, the 6, well, I don't even think the 6 does 4K, but the 6S, 6S Plus, I think is the big one, and then the SE, those are all the same guts, just different bodies, and they are all 4K capable. Anthony Skinner, cool, thanks, you're welcome. Ken, hey, cool, good to see you, Ken. 10/9/8, it's only 8:40 in the evening there. You got a good night coming. And I have been live for an hour and a half. So I thank you all for coming in. I thank you all for joining me and being part of this. I am going to bid you adieu. I will be testing more tomorrow. If anybody's around tomorrow, you can drop in and say hi. And I will say, my name is Anthony Barocas of IABA Communications. Thanks for watching.